We all know that the job market can be a battleground, but ever wonder what really sets apart a dream job getters than the rest? Spoiler, it's less about how you write your resume, but more about the connections you make. Ready to flip the script on networking? Today, let's roll into the tips, and trust me, they're game changers for you. Are you ready? Having spending over almost a decade in banking, I've seen my fair share of fierce competitions. The job market has always been tough. Rather than building your perfect resume, another key ingredient overlooked is networking. So today's video, I'm going to tell you 4 secrets about how you can get the dream job you want. Let's get started. Ever send off a resume and just wait there, waiting for a response? That's what my cousin did with Apple. The other day, I had talked to him over the phone, and he's like, I just sent out a resume yesterday to Apple. I hope that I can get an internship. I was like, aren't you in California right now? Why don't you just go to those big tech hubs and actually talk to those people? And he's like, yeah, you're actually right. I've never thought about it. So the first tip is go talk to them. Sounds easy, right? Counterintuitively, most job seekers these days, they just send off resume on their website and applying through official channels and then just wait. Exactly what I've told you about my cousin. But it's a proactive approach that can actually provide insider insights and potential flag your application to special attention. People tend to talk to people who are in the HR department, albeit they are important, but usually it's the hiring managers and people who are 2 or 3 levels above of your seniority that's going to help you. My advice, and I think you can follow this actionable advice, is talk to people at all levels and find ways to reach people in the company, not just in HR department. Nowadays, there's all sorts of ways you can do it. People are putting on their resumes on LinkedIn. They sometimes have a social media profile. If they're very senior, even you can find ways to find their emails and CVs online and their work, or they have given a speech somewhere, so they can identify those key personnel through the company website or LinkedIn. Reach out to them in a concise, inviting way that shows you've done your homework about the company and the industry. And you know what's the best? Usually the hiring manager are the ones have the highest weight in deciding who they wanted to hire. So if you get to them before you even go on an interview, that obviously can help you tremendously to getting the job. And Sir Richard Branson has said, succeeding in business is all about making the right decisions. So having the first step right when you're trying to find a job, make the right connection and talk to those people. The second tip is creating luck for yourself. The common view is that luck happens by chance, but however, people who are lucky are usually the ones who created luck for them. Take Elon Musk. When he was a student, he and his brother Campbell adopted a bold strategy. They would identify successful people they admire from newspapers and cold email them. This wasn't a shooting in the dark. It was a calculated effort to connect with those who can offer mentorship to themselves. So eventually, one of those cold calls landed Musk a summer internship at the Bank of Nova Scotia. Musk create opportunities for himself by reaching out proactively. But once you get that connection, find the people who have relevant overlap background with you, and then you can easily connect with them is the best way to get that conversation going. And once you connect with one mentor or one super connectors on LinkedIn, and they will be able to connect you with more people. So it's about who you talk to and creating the luck for yourself. Thomas Jefferson has famously said, I found that harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. So create your luck sphere. That's what people usually say. Try to throw yourself out there. If you're trying to find a job, if you're trying to get something done, talking to people, the people who are very important and who can help you to reach more funds is very important. And just in my cousin's case, since he's already in California, right? If you are him, of course, it's easier said than done, but at least if you go to somewhere like all of those Apple, Google, Meta's campuses, it's more for you to bump into the software engineer, happen to know that, oh, we actually have an opening, and you have a computer science degree. Of course, you know coding. We can at least give you another chance or a shot to talk to somebody else. The third tip is offering value, asking advice, not a job. It's very counterintuitive. Usually when networking, people come to me and they ask me, oh, should I just talk to them and say that I actually want a job? No, think about how you can be of service to others. Share your expertise, or if you're a fresh graduate, you might not have expertise, but you have done schoolwork. You can actually come up with questions you want to talk to those people. This is how I think about 1, 2, 3. People might not have that high of expectation for you, especially if you're a fresh graduate of university. But then because you've done all your research and you've possibly have spent a lot of time in doing some kind of research that they might not have time to do, you can always offering value. And also maybe you can just say that whatever stuff that you want to look into, I'm more than happy to help you. Once you've done all of those work, and then you can ask for advice, say that I'm actually looking for a job, and what's the best way that I can go about it. And sometimes miracles happen because people, if they can see that you are talented and you've done the work, they are more willing to help you. You've established a connection with those people. They're emotionally invested in you, and it's very hard for them not to actually help you. So think about what ways you can offer value, that people can see your value by the stuff that you do, the past projects that you've done, and also simplest way is to help them on the stuff that they need to get help with. It doesn't have to be big. Again, there might be some small research projects, it's doing it for free, and you never know what that will lead it to. And worst case, you learn something, right? So that's also one of the things that you can build up your credentials and how you are talented individuals. And then the fourth and final thing is engaging in non-professional settings. Why it's counterintuitive is usually people tend to think about networking as you go to a career event, you go to a conference in your specific realm of expertise. But nowadays people have very broad interest. Usually the more successful people, the more successful one is, the more interest they will tend to have. So I've learned people, they find their next job opportunities actually in a running club, know each other for a long time, they just never get to talk to each other and what they do. So one of my friends actually got a job interview through another friend, but turned out the hiring manager has been in the same running club with her, and then they know each other for kind of a long time. So in that setting, people already know you. It's way easier for them to make a decision, say, hey, I can actually give you an interview, at least give you a try. Also, it's easier to go through all of the first 3 steps because you can talk to them, you can ask for advice, and you can offer them value all at the same time. And this quote, I found it very interesting and relevant, is by Bob Burke. He says, all things being equal, people will do business with and refer business to those people they know, like, and trust. Being in a non-professional setting at the same time shows already the first layer of common background and interest. So that's really, really helpful if you wanted to get to know people. Yeah, so that's today's content. We give you 4 tips to supercharge your networking and hopefully can kickstart your career. It doesn't really just limit it to the start of your career and works in any other ways, especially if you have 1 or 2 years, several years of experience. It's way easier for you to talk to someone on LinkedIn, just send them a message, really concise. You can think of creative ways. You can always find common ground to send those messages, find a connection, and do an intro call and ask for how you can offer value and ask advice. If you're talented and they think that you're good, chances are you will get something out of it. So those are all the unconventional, powerful networking ways. When everyone is different, you will find the best way that works for you. But in my own journey, these strategies have opened doors I have never thought possible. It's all about taking the first brave step. Challenge you to pick one step, one method, and try it out this week.
Don't wait for the opportunity. Create it.
And you might be surprised by the opportunities you can create. And when you do, I'd like to hear about it in the comments below. If you like this video, please share with your friends and family and people who you care if you find it kind of useful. And please hit the subscribe button and that will help me to share more information and helpful tips with you and more positive energy. Thanks for watching, and remember, The best connections often come from stepping outside of your comfort zone, your conventional path. Until next time, keep networking, keep living your best life. I'll see you very soon. Bye.